Okay, recording. So the most motivated people are joined. So that's all. That's the most, right? So, okay. Why I'm leading this item? Because it's also for SEMA community. They will be usually they watch this in the recording. But the most important, this is the my method, which I built when I was graduating from university, when I was searching for jobs. As a student, as a freshman, right? So, and how I originated that, like just only a clean piece of paper with the 3 columns. On the right column, like what is the market requirement? On the left column, what I have against this requirement, right? So, and in the middle is the gap, what I'm missing. And when I start plotting like, okay, what is actually missing and actually how I can get it. But this tool is actually grown into something bigger. And just it's like this, like adjusting, right? So adjusting. Okay, what we will learn here. This 30-minute session, you will obtain the theory, knowledge, how, like, and what is this, like, how to build the Skillset Gap Analysis, and what is this, like, you know, what's like theory, understand how to build career competency track. Okay. We already started, but people joining, that's good. Like, okay, we will continue. Oh, yes. Like our Oxford alumni is joining. That's good. Okay, guys, I already started. You no need to switch on your cameras. Just listen because it will be like recorded. So on this particular, that's already like less than 30 minutes, but we will go partially through the theory. And then I will show you the tool. The most important that I need to show you tool so that you will, especially those who want to get promotions or want to change the jobs and how to analyze the positions on the market from another side. Because people are usually reading the position requirements just like in diagonal, like just like something like really on the surface, but they don't understand there is a lot of clues in the position requirements. And if you don't read the position requirements, you're not prepared for interview. This is the most important, right? So first of all, understanding the theory, then you understand how to build your career competency track, that we are selling our skills, we're exchanging our skills and experience for money. But when we're building our career, like we want to have increase, but it's better that we will focus not on money, but on the competencies ladder. And as you see, like on each level of competency that you will be, what you will get what you will possess, that actually will sell you. And you don't need to search for job. The job will find you yourself if you possess certain skills. I am ambassador of the skill sets, like of upskilling. If you're in the market or you are a little bit ahead of market, you don't need to search for a job. The job will come to you itself. That's about employability. This is like lifetime employability, to be employable and to be employable at every stage of your life, and also monitor not only local market, but also international market. And the practical element, how to analyze the position, that's the most important. Okay. Those who don't know me, but you know me, I will not be repeating about myself. So it's actually, I am fellow chartered management accountant. I'm career coach. Currently, I'm project director on the one American company. But my passion is to help people to balance, to build like work-life integration. And the most important, like to balance all spheres of life and also upgrade like in your career. But what the career is for better quality of life. We want to live happy, healthy, and joyful, right? So that what is the result of the result, like as a coach tells. Point one, evolution of the skill development. Not many people like just like having this scheme, but what I want to tell, because last year I got my qualification in professional vocation. And this is like, because sometimes people are changing their jobs in the middle of the year. They want to change careers. They want to change the direction, they want to change industry, and they don't know how. We can change our profession not dramatically, but like just smoothly. And we just need to know how to change, or we want to grow. And in every profession, we are going from the basics, or even when we study at school, at university, we get in the knowledge. And actually, if we look at the overall, let's say 10% is actually comprised only by knowledge when we get in the theory. And when we start applying the knowledge, like exactly moving into this application, we're trying the first time the theory, how it works in practice. On CIMA exams or an ACCA exams, it was like exactly they were testing the application, not the theory. I'm from the area of the former Soviet Union, where in the schools that we need to pass, like also like to pass the theory, most importantly, like not application, but the theory. When I start doing my professional qualification, when I moved to the West, like, okay, this is like the paradigm shift in terms of mindset, everything about the practice. So that application, if we don't use the knowledge, like how it's only remains in the, like on the shelf somewhere. Application is the first trials, like, you know, first hours of building the skill. And then when you repeat the number of hours that you are building the skill, and then you're doing the enlargement, enrichment in terms of the skill, you are, let's say you are really building your skill. And what like in expert career or expert or entrepreneurial, it's all about 10,000 hours. I think this 10,000 hours, first time Bill Gates told about that, like just how many hours I did certain stuff. That's actually you build your skill. But this 10,000 hours, this is actually competency when you're really mastering. And for example, what I encourage my clients to calculate or like document their success stories, like how many hours they devoted for certain study, how they applied it, and how they document this in terms of knowledge and the skill development. Okay. So that now you know this is like the graph knowledge application skill, and it's how it's actually going. And this is important part, because when we studied at university, we mostly like having knowledge and a little bit of application. But when we go to the market, there are some skills requirement. And when we look at the position on the on LinkedIn, there's like skills, like minimum 10 skills are listed. And these 10 skills, like if they are not present in your profile, if they are not present on your resume and your customized resume, it's most likely that your resume will not be selected by ATS. That's like, this is important, because the employers hire you to perform certain tasks, but in order to perform the task, you need to possess the skill. You can have motivation. If you have motivation, you will develop and you will pass this path like much faster. The point is that the good news for developing the technical skills, it requires from 2 to 6 months maximum, so that you can easily assess how many skills can be gained during 1 year, that you can easily develop 3-4 skills during 1 year. For the soft skills, it takes a little bit longer time, but for the hard skills, that you can build this, and we'll first like showcasing your successes. For competency, not all people need this competency and this mastery level. This is more about the expert. So the focus about building your skill set to this, just to have enough quality of skill to perform certain tasks and keep developing that. Good? Going forward, right?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Now it's why I was devoted to the skill, because I want to spend time like on the like really on the tool, like to show the Excel file on the real some vacancy, how I analyze, so that you will know how to build. So it's actually career ladder. Usually people think from the money perspective because it's main driver. For some, it's like for people is recognition. It's based on your value system. But the practical application of that, like if we were going on this ladder, so it's actually when we start growing, like you see this, like this first foundation, like, you know, this is very, like when we are lifting, this is actually a little bit painful period of time when we are learning. It's like we need to digest a lot of information, right? So like when we really apply, and it's just like then we're reaching some sort of plateau, and we excel in that. It's like this period, like 3-6 months. Then like on this plateau, it can be 6 months to 12 months. And and usually in some corporations, like the promotions already planned for within 18 months or maximum 24 months. That's why people usually don't stay in one position until I really, really want to master something, like the excelling in something. Like people usually change or are seeking for promotion every 2-3 years. Excuse me, I just recovered and I need from time to time to drink water. Otherwise, like I will be coughing, right? So there's like growing, then plateau, then growing the plateau. But think from this ladder perspective, it's like your skill set. So just real life example. Lauren, director of strategy, my mentee in the United States in pharma. We worked for 14 months together because I'm mentoring like in the Mentium. And one of the requirements, she wanted to be promoted and she could not get promotion. And it was like a little bit psychological, and it lived like okay, in terms of skill set. When on the second session, when we met, I showed her the skill set gap analysis. And I asked her, like before the session, I asked her like the description of the position of her boss or the position of the same level. And when I walk you through this analysis, I prepared myself, and then she was filling in the details, what she has and what she doesn't have. And then she did on her own the position of the boss or similar. So guess what? In 5 months after our first meeting, she got the first promotion on the level of her boss because she analyzed what she doesn't have. Right? And she started doing the projects in order to get the skill. Do you remember on the previous slide, I was showing about this 10% of knowledge, right? Coming back, 10% of knowledge. 20% comes from the learning on the mistakes of other people. And 70% is also on the on-job experience. So she started applying on that. And here, so we analyzed her boss position, the boss of the boss position, and actually because we saw what she has and what she doesn't have, her boss possessed, which skills needed for the position of her boss. And also one more level above, like which position, what she needs like to be on the boss of the boss. So it's actually with quiz, and we start thinking, okay, if she will get 2 or 3 skills and exhibit the skills already for the management, she will get promotion. That theory in practice really worked. In 5 months, she got the first promotion. In 7 months after first promotion, she got the second one. Recently, she got another one, but she was staying at that position for more than 1 year. Mentoring organization told that for the existence of the organization of 34 years, like the mentoring like C-level, they have not had such a precedent like of person having 2 promotions for 1 year. I also don't have, but I understand what this works because I was applying the business coaching tools, also working with the mindset as CEO. But this is like the first it was actually understanding the skill set, which skills she needs to be on the next level. So it's actually, if you plan your promotion or you want to shift to certain position, we need to have like these observation skills, what is actually required on the next level. And while on the current position, be engaged in the projects, like to get this already the practical 70%. Remember, 70% is on job experience, getting the practical one, because 10% is only theory. You will catch up while doing, you will catch this theory very fast. It's how I built my career also up to CFO level. Now I'm the project director and I'm like planning some sort of project management like certifications. But this is the point, is that actually when you start shifting your paradigm in terms of career, not from money, but from which skills are needed on each level, it will be much faster. One of my clients in London, he is in fashion or this like, fashion industry. We analyze the same. We analyze the positions, like few positions on the market, like his boss positions, etc. He got last year very good promotion because he was building this skill set based on that. Because we are closing the gap in order to be on the higher, that you will become more visible and they will be exhibiting the results. Okay, so now coming to really to the subject. Skillset gap analysis, this is the method, this is a systematic method which helps you to analyze position requirements for your motivation and capability. I will explain in the file like later in few minutes. To perform screening for customized resume. Perform screening what is actually required on this particular position when you are searching for a job and you analyze the position in detail, because if you have master resume, which is very easy to adopt to the for customization, because for review of resume, recruiters usually spend 7-10 seconds, and if you don't see right skills, if you don't see impressive success stories and no value proposition, your resume will not be selected. But so that's why we are doing the preparation for what is actually required for that position through the skill set gap analysis. Then for preparation for interview, what you can do, to which extent you can do, like which if you don't have certain skill, don't be afraid. So it's actually, if you don't have certain skill, but you have greater motivation, you will be able to capture, you will be able to learn much faster. Then also that is preparation, which stories you can tell during the interview to exhibit your like this skill, right? So especially on the junior position, it's more technical interview when they're asking this like how you did this, etc. But on the more senior position, it's more about the soft skills, less about the communication style. And also like to build development plan. If you don't have like certain skill, you can plan your development plan, the personal development plan, and it's better to have. Remember, I told that for technical skills, we need 2 to 6 months for developing. Just a second, I will stop sharing now because I need to share other file and show you exactly the practical part. Yep. Guys, do you see the Excel file?
Yep.
Good. Okay. So for you, that like in terms of content, we might not be going into like regular content. You need to know the header. The most important is the header. It's this real position. So what we have like analyzing which company, when the date is publication, like it's not really necessarily what was resource. The most important, the position, and you can list the details of position on the separate tab. Then like, okay, the split, like main responsibilities, your responsibilities, and the qualifications are needed. And here, like from the position, required skill task, right? So what will be required? Because it's this part is usually described, about the position described like overall, and it's like few sentences, but you need to split this intersection because like just, okay, do you have it or not? Then the section about like want, not want, like that actually for motivation, like you want to do this part or you don't want to do this part, right? So that's actually when you go for the first screening interview with HR, they are checking your value system, how you are compatible with the corporate culture, the culture fit or culture add. whether you have motivation to perform this position duties. And then if you don't have motivation, but you can perform, like, I'm not sure that you will be really staying at that like position for a long time, because actually motivation is the major driven aspect, right? So this is, remember about this is like your motivation is important, and if you on interview you will show your motivation that you can like do some stuff, you know how to get the information, or you where to learn, etc., you will close the gap with the skill pretty fast. The part is like, this part is very important. Can like sorry, can you put yourself on mute? We will have the time for questions later. Okay. I will put you on mute. Okay. Okay. So the here we will, you can put like yes or no, right? But I would suggest it's either using the column comment the question like this and putting it more like in detailed view, like one is actually you're reading the requirements that for what you have yes, for what you have no. And if you have yes, then definitely you don't have a gap. But if you have no, that's case like person was not feeling not really correct, that's actually no, it's actually stated no, then we have a gap in skill. There is a skill and gap that we need to have a development plan for that, how you will close. And as you see here, potential development plan, would it be possible to close by training, certification, or job experience? If yes, when, and like this. So when you're analyzing the position, you just put in for yourself, like, okay, that's like where I have a gap and how I can close it. It's usually people don't like to do that, but this is actually at the start of the year is good. We are doing the planning for the year, that would be good. Then the second part is kind of like, okay, which skills they're analyzing. It's not yet filled in because like I was not completing the review, but here you can put like, this is the hard skill, this is the soft skill. And if this skill is shown in your master resume or LinkedIn profile, because what is actually happening? When we are reading the position requirements, when we're reading the position requirements, which is okay, I have it, but we are forgetting to check that like on LinkedIn, this position stated, and then LinkedIn will help you to sort out the and show the good positions for your use, because LinkedIn is also working based on your like how many skills you have. And remember, like before it was the limit of 10, then it was 50 skills. Now it's 100 skills is allowed to show on LinkedIn. The limit is 100, right? The more skills you have, the better opportunities LinkedIn will be showing to you. Then, like if the skill is shown on your master resume, and you just also considering it's optional, do you want to apply for this position? And if you decided no, not to apply, why? So when it comes to the practical analysis, what I do, I am listing all these details, and I am listing like main responsibilities, like what will be the person doing. And then I am listing, because on this particular position, it was listing only few requirements, and it was no skills on LinkedIn shown as well, because it's like really it's funding and governmental one related to the commercial organization. But when I list this, I suggest my clients first to start from the bottom, because resistance of your mind, it will be just when you will be reading certain stuff, oh, I don't have it, like you will be afraid to apply. No, it start from what you have. You have like this English language. Yes, I have it. Like, yes, I will be using that. I have the 5 years minimum practical experience. I want to do that, but I don't have it, but I don't have in contract negotiation, but in general, I have this, like the practical experience, like on like in similar tasks. Then what I do, like, okay, that definitely I don't have, like not me, but like another person does not have it. But what we can do about that? Start listing from what you have in terms of skills, and make sure that, okay, that if skills is exhibited, like maybe I will show on the one as this is in Czech language, but like this is okay. For example, LinkedIn is showing the skills like that. They're showing 10 skills. Make sure that you have them. Like, I don't know what you add into the profile and resume only when you have it. Don't lie, because it will be very easily found out that you don't have some stuff. So lesson 1, start from the bottom, then go into the top, and while completing that, start recording these items. Like thinking about the stories when you utilize the skills and how you applied that, or how you improve something, because that will help you to prepare for like success stories for resume and profile. And when you're going for interview, you need 7 to 10 success stories to exhibit the skill, different ones, including also about the learnings. When you will do this part, because it's also inventory, the brain will remind us, like tend to forget this, because it's better that whatever you did good last year, documented straight away, collect recommendations on that, like that on your performance, and then like that, and these are your dividends. And then when you finalize this, then you just, okay, I have a gap, how I will close the gap. Like, so like what I need to do, like, and actually when you analyze 5 to 10 positions, even like minimum 5 positions, you will start understanding what are the market requirements. When you start like really, you will start seeing the market. And if, for example, there is certain requirement is repeated over and over, and you don't have it, clearly it's logical, you understand you don't have it, like the market requirement, that you're somehow behind the market. And if you want to progress, that you need this skill, right? Logical. That's a question. So this is very logical. Do you remember, like at the start I told about 3 columns, like what the skills required on the market, whether I have it, like, and the gap. So that like this my simple tap when I was a student, right, on the 3rd year or like 4th year, this became actually it actually became like more extensive, and is actually what I use. Like, okay, that's this one I'm use. I have the skills, I can highlight this in motivation letter, like I can highlight this in the value proposition in the resume, and a special section of the key skills. I can think about preparation of interview, what I already have, right? Which story will be most relevant for that experience, like relevant for that interview. And as a result, you will come to interview more prepared. Like, for example, Amazon is running like 10 to 12 or sometimes 14 interviews, and you need to have that stories ready in order not to forget, like in order not to start thinking during the interview what to tell. You will have them, and then just like thinking like which story will be the most appropriate. Quick tip, star formula for stories, right? So I'm stop sharing. I am exactly to just going back to presentation. Like, and yeah. So now you can switch on your so like if you have any questions, please. Is everything clear? Do you need some additional support? What are you taking from that short session? I'm taking some tea. Lydia?
Hey there. Sorry, I'm trying to put the video back on. Hopefully it will work.
Nice to see you.
After a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, this is very useful, and you know how much I like to see a table, you know. So,
You know, we are finance people, we like tables, right?
yeah, I think this is a very good insight, a very good method. I think for myself, the big thing will be to go and analyze the requirements and start from there. You know, I just have to spend time, and that is something where I'm short always. I think it applies to many of us. So yeah, in my case, I really just have to start. I haven't done that
Great.
yet. So yeah, but a great tool, really looks good.
Guys, remember, when you're applying for the position, you don't need to fit 100% for all skills. When you are 60 to 80%, you see that you're fitting the position, go for that, because you are not going for the same position. You always need to grow. You need some area to grow, right? So, and when, for example, you see that 60% and your position for applying is a little bit low, you need to support with motivation letter where you exhibit your values that you're fitting, like why you want to be on this position, because for you will be asked about the motivation, why you want, right? So like big why, also like compared to the corporate values, usually exhibited in the career section, or where is the mission. And it's like motivation letter will support you on giving additional items, right? Like to support. But when you see it's 80%, you are like, the motivation letter is not needed. The point is that your master resume, if it's squeezed to 2 pages, that will be easily working as a customized resume for application. But when you analyzing what is actually requirement of the position, and you will do the inventory of your experience, what it will be. Let's actually like marriage between you and the company, right? So that when you come in into negotiation, right? So that value proposition, it's how you, with your skills and experience, help the company solve the problems. That together it will be working, the synergy will be working perfectly. And when you do the inventory of storage, when you resolve something, created a report, save some like number of hours per annum, like it's just like telling it, I already did it. Employer will tell, like, listen, we need this person. The person already knows how to do that, like it's already mistakes probably in the past, already learnings that we will save the time. That's the most like about the attractiveness. It's actually one of my last interviews, and I'm interviewing a lot of people, but like my interviews, they were not interviewing me, I was interviewing them, because I just like, do you have this problem? I go, yeah, like, so okay, I have like this experience. And then actually it was very interesting game that I was not, like they were trying to sell the project to me. They want to attract me to the project, right? To the project director, because I analyzed, and I remember in some way, like when I joined Honeywell, I sorted out some sort of A to C and negotiated with the customers of the change of like the billing process, etc. And just like, oh yeah, I remember something at the start of the career, I did it, right? So, and I would just describe and then ready. But this is the point that even if you don't have certain skills, this is actually motivation for you to start thinking, to developing your personal development plan. Okay. If no any feedback, so I'm fit exactly to the 34 minutes. So, but I really appreciate that you joined. I don't run such sessions frequently. Like this is actually the benefit for my clients, and they will also watch this after, and SEMA community also will watch it. But I'm wishing you the great satisfaction in everything you do, and great health, and then the awesome 2025.
Same to you, Olga.
Thank you.
Thank you, Olga.
Some
Thank
comments?
you.
Yeah, okay,
Thank
great.
you.
So enjoy. You remember how it's like this, like you can recreate yourself, and if you need the template, just contact me in direct. Yejil, Matilda, Andre, Lydia, Francis, thank you very much for joining. Like wishing you the great rest of the day. So it's a learning of the day, right?
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Lydia, just let me stop the recording.
I cannot leave.